Okay, we are in my virtual machine, and it's an XP box, and we're running ProWorxNXT. We've got a program open, 118 networks, and we're going to print it. So I want to show you what I do to print. I'm going to show you my settings and some of the things that can trip you up, and then the rest will be up to you to decide what you want to see in your printouts. So print setup, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the font. I use size 7 regular Andale mono line draw. This is the font that ProWorx will look for when it installs, and it'll complain if it doesn't see it in some cases. Regardless, that's the font. I don't know why, but that's what it is. I went and dug it up off the internet and I installed it, and the rest is history. As you go through these, there's a quick picks. You can choose like everything or nothing, your choice. I, of course, have to be customized. So I do this in networks. I do start dock at net 1. I do all networks, 1 net per page, and cross references. And what it's telling you is it'll give you the five rows of descriptors, 12 characters wide, cross references on, above the symbol. Below it is the address. If you choose symbols, it'll change to whatever you're calling it. So if your addresses all have symbols, like MCR maybe you want that, but ours are all address based. Most likely yours are too, so I don't check symbols, but you could. And there you could print out the symbols list too if you wanted. We don't do that, so I don't. Notice here, paper too narrow or font too large, descriptors will be truncated. They're not kidding. It will be truncated. We have to get rid of that note, and I'll show you how. In print setup, I'm in an XP VM, so all I have is XPS Document Writer, and that is actually what I think you want to use. It prints very true to what you're seeing on the screen. If you try printing to PDF from here, I've run into a lot of problems. So XPS Document Writer has really worked. The problem, I believe, if we get into advanced, the paper size is letter, which is what I'm going to print this as, but the orientation needs to be landscape. I'm actually going to print this with 3-hole punch paper, and it's going to be a flip-up book style. You may not be doing that, but you can figure that out. So if I set that now to landscape, and I save those settings, if I go back to networks, this should go away. I don't know why it's not going away, but it should. So we're going to close. We don't want to do that. We're going to we're back into print setup, and notice it's gone. I don't know, that's just because Windows 98 era software, but it's gone now, and the reason is because I went to a landscape layout. So you'll just have to trust me there that that's just a normal bug. Okay, so here are my settings, and I'll show you what it looks like printed out. Doc tables, here's my settings: short comments, brief, column, and none. Controller tables, I choose brief. A lot of this information isn't that necessary when you're just trying to see the ladder, because all the networks are only here. Everything else is just tables in the back that you almost never look at. You can see I have none on the mismatch tables, and this is there a description entered for an address but it's not used in the ladder, or is the ladder used but there's no descriptor added? I don't care, so I don't want that printed out, so I just hit OK. And then format, you can see here I just have title every page. I don't do anything else. Alright, you can hit save settings. I don't know what it does. Then you hit print and it opens up your writer. I make sure I'm still in landscape because I'm paranoid, and then I hit OK, and what it'll do is down here it opens up this lister. It's a save as. Lister is like NXT's print driver. So I already printed it called Lister, but I'm going to call this Lister 2, or better maybe SD8 or 1 11200. This is a very old machine. Save, and you'll see it cranking through and it's printing. To save you time in this video, I'm going to try to get out of here and show you what it looks like. You'll have to trust me, this is the exact same file. Okay? You can see I printed it 15 minutes ago going through this. You can see this is a Plant 7, Department 98, Line 2 ATS, Dust Steel Press Station. And the key here is all the information is on the page, and trust me, even though it's size 7 font, it's actually quite easy to read on paper and in PDF or whatever too. So here's the long comment. Somebody actually typed this in and said, here's what this network does. And let's go down to the next page. This one's unfortunately kind of a jerk. This one they used all 7 rows in the network, so the cross references are all below. But see this here, address 298, which is an output, rotate a snap ring checker. It's showing you where it's used and what the contact type is. This is a cross reference. It's very nice to have those. So let's take this file. I think I can copy this out of the XP mode. Alright, so now it's an XPS file, but it's not a PDF file. But let's now try to print it. Print to PDF. Perfect. Preferences. See, you got to be careful here because the preferences here was, let's squeeze this into a portrait document. We don't want to do that. Letter, landscape, okay, apply. We're going to print all. And then it's a PDF file. Well, let's just name it SD111200.pdf. Hit save. And this can take quite a while. You can see here it's going to take a while, but this is going to be the best way, in my opinion, to get this to work. Now what you want to do is down here at the bottom, make sure that everything looks good before you start printing, because you can experiment going direct to PDF with this, but what I found is somewhere along the way, maybe page 30 or something, it becomes just garbly garbage, and it's not really what you want to see. Okay? This doesn't have any of the cross references printed in the back. You may want those tables, you may not, I don't know. So that's up to you. Okay, so I paused you there, clipped you out to save you the horror of watching this print. It is extremely slowly. Now, if you can get XPS files to print well, don't do this step, I guess. I just had no luck. Let's go take a look real quick. It's been running for quite a while now, and you can see we're still kind of hauling. Maybe we're done now. 119. Pretty big file. You can open it in Adobe. You can open it, I think this is in Edge. And now you've got the reason I do it this way is because I've had problems with XPS files where my printer and my computer start getting creative on what I really want printed. But PDF, I've never had that problem. So I like to open these. I like Sumatra PDF. It's just lighter weight and has tabs, and it's what I prefer. Go down to the bottom. Make sure that you've got non-garbledy-gook down here, because if there's any issues with the print, when you get to the last, somewhere in the middle and definitely at the last page, you'll just have weird kind of machine file looking stuff. Now you've got a PDF. You can do with what you will. Hope that helped. Boy, that was a long one, wasn't it?